Alright, what we're going to do is show you how to take the switch out if you're having a problem with your switch. We'll show you how to disassemble the whole thing, put your switch in and take your switch off and then put the new switch back in. Tools that we're going to use is we'll have a regular Phillips head, then you'll need a T30 drill bit, then a pair of wire cutters, staple puller or a flathead screwdriver will work, and some new zip ties, and then you'll need your new switch that we'll send you. And then John's going to show you how to disassemble it. Okay.
So the first thing first is the seat cushion slides up into the back in here like this right here. So you have to get your finger on this clip, pull out, and then pop the side of the back up and it should pop out. So the first thing you do is there's holes in the bottom of this where the denim's cut, where the seat can slide up into it. You find that hole, you find the clip, pull out on it and hit it. Same way with this one. Go ahead and push it up. Okay, so you unzip your denim. Alright, you have the motor. The cord that's coming out of the motor, the one that's only got the little coupling on it. It's foot and then to the motor. You pull this coupling off, pull it loose. Take your cushion wire, pull it out. Then you get your transformer wire that's plugged into the outlet, into the motor. You plug it up, and what that does is it bypasses and it'll automatically start pushing this up without a switch. So you let it get almost fully extended. Go ahead and pull that loose, because if you don't, it'll keep going. Then we go ahead and lay this down. Okay, in here you have your frame sits on 4 screws right here, the T30 screws. And the best thing to do is probably take a picture of it, of where the holes go before you disassemble. That way you'll know how to do it when you reassemble it. So you unscrew these. Have this in your hand, you might as well go ahead and do all the T30 screws. So go ahead and unscrew the foot panels.
You can show them too which holes are coming out of too.
Yeah.
Get them a good shot of that now.
And you go look and see which holes it's coming out of. You got the wide one, you got 2 holes right here on each side. And then the little one, it's just the 2 holes that line up. There's only 2 holes that will line up. And here you only got the 1 single hole on the outside. And I'm sticking my screw through, or my driver.
Show them that real good again whenever you put it back together and show them again.
Then go ahead and get your Phillips head. Go ahead and unscrew the wood screws out of the seat frame. Okay, when that's done, this should pull right up. Well, you can pull these out, yeah. Go ahead and pull your panels out, your foot panels. And these should pull right up. And then Bobby will show you how to change the switch.
Get your flathead screwdriver or staple puller and let's pull these staples out from around this hole to start with. You can unzip it. Take these 4 staples out. Get your wire cutter and pull them out a little easier. unzip it. Go ahead and pull your wire through here, through the back hole, and get your flathead screwdriver or staple puller, and you're gonna pry this out here. Pry your bad button, taking it out. You have to watch it. It's got a little frame here. You don't want to pry on it. You want to pry in this. And just go ahead and get that loose. Cut your wires. Get your wire cutters and cut all your zip ties. Cut them loose. Have 4 or 5 of those. Pull your bad wire out. Get your new button. Pull it up. Take your frame off. You won't be replacing it. Put your new button in. Make sure you have your yellow wire. Make sure you run it to the front. If you don't, your buttons will be backwards. And you just slide that in your little grooves, and there's little holes inside. Just stick the little white pegs into the hole there. Line those up and you'll feel it snap in. You'll hear it click. It'll grab shut, and then just peel that off. You can get your new zip ties. You're running your zip ties, just use your old, you should be able to use your old staple holes just to run your zip ties. You don't want to staple straight into your wire, so we use these zip ties to hold these down. Hold these zip ties to hold them in place. Pull all your holes out. Run your wire back through your lining on the back end here. There's a hole. You want to pull it out approximately 48 centimeters out the back side here. There. Another zip tie right there to hold it. On this here, I broke the staple. If you happen to break the staple, what you'll need is get you a hand stapler. Put you a staple in there. And then you can run your zip tie through there. And that'll hold it. That way you're not stapling. You don't never staple directly onto the wire. It could cut into it. That'll secure those, and then you get your wire cutters, trim all your excess zip tie off. Get the back up. And then just make sure your hose is not covering up your hole like that. You want it to be like this. If you have a staple gun, you can staple it here like it was, but it's not necessary. Then you're ready to slide your.
Make sure you put this power or the cushion cord up here, because if not, it'll get caught up in this mechanism when you let it down. You won't be able to get it out. So slide this over, and you're wanting this to go in behind here. The best way to explain it. Pull it down. Let it slide right in that groove.
Be sure to really show them what hole go in here.
Alright, so on the seat frame you have two different size screws. One has three washers on it, and one has one washer on it. The one that has one washer goes in the bottom, and it'll go into the inside hole. Like that. Same way on this side, inside hole, just have to line it up. You may have to move your seat frame a little bit. Go ahead and get your drill. And just tighten these up a little bit. Don't run them all the way tight. Just get them started. Okay, over here you have three holes right here on the seat cushion. It goes in the center hole. So you put your longer screw in here, the other one here. Go ahead and tighten these all the way up. Then you come back to the other screw that you didn't tighten up. Go ahead and tighten it all the way up. You get your Phillips head. And the 4 wood screws that you took out, they go into the center hole where the 3 holes are. It goes into the center one. Run this in here. These are very critical to have. It helps support where there's no movement into the mechanism.
You ready for these
back? Then you go ahead and put your footboards on.
Be sure to show them the holes real good.
Okay, on this one right here, you have 2 holes, and you may have to move this arm out because sometimes they're over here where it's not lining up, so move this arm out to where it should be. There's only 2 holes that'll work on this one. It's the 2 outside holes on each side. Same way with this one. It's the 2 outside holes, bottom and top. Go ahead and get it lined up. When you get your screw in the hole, slide it all the way back to where it should go, because you don't want it up here. You want it all the way back. So you'll have play in it, you want it all the way back. Go ahead and tighten that up. Same way with this side. You want it all the way back. Then your other hole should line right up. On this one, it's the outside hole. You got 3 holes, you want to do the outside hole. Same way on this side. Okay. When you get done with that, okay. All right. So what we did is we unhooked. So you want to go ahead and hook your cushion back up to the power supply. So you plug it in here. All right. The foot that's coming out of the motor. This is what controls this cushion. You plug it into the foot one, not the back one. The back one should be zip tied down. On Mary's, Emily's, both of them will be free. So you just plug that in to the foot. You get the little coupling piece that was on it. It slides right over this. Pull this out. Leave this hanging out because that's your power supply. Then you take your transformer cable, plug it into your power supply. And then you test your switch and see if it's working. And I go up and down to make sure it's going both ways before I do it. And you go straight down with it all the way up. Right, then you unplug this, and we'll flip it over. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this on the table. Okay, and like I said, on your back piece, this might be a better way to explain it. This is inside of your back right here. This slides in here like this. Well, this thing goes in here and locks. So when you're going through the back to take it off, you go in here and pull out on this, see it's free. But if I lock it in place, it can't come out. So the best way, you got to get that pulled out and it'll come straight out. So then you put after that, your switch is good, so you just go ahead and put your back in, you go ahead and line these up into that little channel. Go straight down with it. And go ahead and take your hand and hit like this. See, I didn't have that side locked. And you're good. And that's it.